Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Sydney, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the new Becca highlight. This is in the shade Prismatic Amethyst, and I was super excited about this. On Valentine's Day, I got an email from Sephora saying that this would be like an early access thing to VIB Rouge members. So I was like, okay, cool, because I have the rose quartz one and I love it. So I honestly didn't even know this was coming out, but when I got the email, I was like, I'm going to pick that up. So I'm just going to show you, I've only used this once so far. I threw out the packaging. I totally didn't even think to keep that. But I just wanted to compare it to some of the other highlights, especially the rose quartz one, because they kind of look like they might be very similar, but I don't think that they are. But I loved the way that I wore this one time, and I'm going to put it on my face and show you how it applies. So this is like what the standard Becca packaging looks like. I'm sure you guys have all seen this. And the limited edition ones are obviously gorgeous because they have this like metallic, colorful, they're just so cute, everything about them. They're like mirrored and pink and purple. So I think that the packaging on these are gorgeous. All the Becca highlights, like the limited edition ones, the normal ones, they are $38 each. The Becca highlights are honestly some of my favorite highlights. I love highlights in general, but this is like the standard one. This is in the shade Champagne Pop, and this comes with 8 grams. And then the limited edition ones come with 7 grams. In the pan, it's like a textured, it's not flat like this one is. I have like some missing, but you can see that design. And the Prismatic Amethyst is the same exact way. So you can see, compared to rose quartz and Prismatic Amethyst, you can kind of see how it wears down too, because I have, you know, made somewhat of a little dent in that pan. All right, so I'm going to swatch them for you. So rose quartz, I'm just going to swatch it on my hand. So as I mentioned before, there is less products in these ones. This is what it looks like on the finger. And that's rose quartz. I love that one. That's probably like one of my favorite pinky rose gold highlights that I have. And I think it's cool because we're starting to see some more colorful highlights coming out. I had just picked up the Alchemist palette, which isn't like your normal highlight, but between that and like the Moonchild palette, and we're seeing Becca come out with these colors, we're gonna see more colors and highlights, I think. And then Prismatic Amethyst. Here's a swatch. Look at this. It's like almost a little bit more powdery. It has a little more white to it, and it's more like duochrome than rose quartz is. So then this is the swatch of this. I'll show you. So they are very, very different. And like I said, the rose quartz one's just kind of like a pinky shimmery highlight, and I think that the Prismatic Amethyst one is just more duochrome. So I just wanted to show you how this goes on also. I think this is really cool. I think it's really different than a lot of other highlights I have. There almost is some like pink shimmer to the rose gold one. Or excuse me, not the rose gold one, the amethyst. There's, when like the light hits it, it almost does have like some pink reflex, but it is so different. So I'm just going to dip into it with a small duo fiber brush from Sigma. This is my F55. And I like applying my highlights with the duo fiber brush because sometimes you just get that like wide strip if you know, going too heavy. And I wore this, I think, yesterday for the first time. Like, I wore it out and I loved it. Look how pretty that is. Wow. And it's not like obnoxiously purple either. It's like something that's like super wearable. And it looks pretty wet on too, which I like. I like a highlight that looks wet. And there is like a good amount of like kick up when you dip your brush in here, which isn't necessarily the best considering it already has less product than the original. I'm really not a fan of how they do these like textured pans with like the designs in them because it's just harder to get your brush into and you lose out on some product. But I mean, the Becca highlights are so big as it is, I'm never going to hit pan on any of them. I'm just going to do some on my nose. I think that one of the really cool things about these limited edition ones and all the colorful highlights in general that companies are putting out is that there's so many different uses for them. We don't have to just put this as a highlight on our face. I think that these would be really cool, like how you use the Alchemist palette almost as on top of eyeshadows on the inner corner. Actually, I think I want to put some on my inner corner and see what happens. Because it'll just give that like extra dimension to any look and brighten it up. So I'm just using a flat shader brush. This is a MAC 239. And I'm just going to see how it goes on the eyes. See, it's not really necessarily pigmented to brighten up the inner corner. I think that if I had a lighter shadow on the inner corner and put it over top, it would work better. I'm trying to look. So like, let's put it on like the middle of my lid. Yeah, it works better like over another shadow. So I think that's pretty cool. That's another cool way that you could use this. So overall, I am pleased with this. I'm really excited to get more use out of it. And like I said, especially since having the rose quartz one, I knew that I was interested in this one. And I love seeing them come out with these cute little limited edition packages. And I will link this down below. But if you're able to get your hands on it, I definitely recommend because it's so different. And I'm excited to see what else they put out moving forward. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope I was able to help and I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.